Welcome back, guys. Today's Christmas Eve video 2023. I just uploaded a new short telling you I found the drain hose, but now I'm going to go into detail and hope I can get some light shed on this issue. So if you watched one of my other videos I did just this past week, I've had this Jeep almost 2 years, and it has never once leaked. Out of all the rain we've ever had, it has never leaked. Never had any problems with it leaking. The sunroof's never leaked. But here in the last couple weeks, I've had an issue with it. When it rains, the driver's side floorboard gets soaked. And I looked up the video for it. A video on to see if I could find what was going on. And I had seen a guy, exact same Jeep, 2006, 2010. Commander, limited, 5.7. He had the exact same issue. Water in the driver's side floorboard when it rained. And he said it could be one of two things. It's either the sunroof drain, which I just found. As you can see, I got the trim taken out. Carpet pulled back. If you look, pull the pad in the carpet back. See that blue hose? That's the sunroof drain hose going all the way up to the sunroof. Now, in the guy's case in the video, his was popped out of the floor and laying. That's why it was getting flooded. So he put it back in where it's supposed to be, like that, and put it all back together. Well, it rained the next day, and it got flooded again. So that wasn't his issue. I don't know why mine is leaking. So that brings me to my next question. A lot of people have said that it could be the cowl right there by the windshield. Stopped up with leaves and not been able to let the water drain, so it drains into the cab. Well, I took care of that problem. Yeah, there was a bunch of leaves up here. See these little drain holes right here? One on the other side too. I got my air compressor out this past Tuesday. Charged it up and blowed everything out. Blowed all up in here. I mean, I blowed it all out good. If there's a drain hole, it's open. As you can see, that one's open, clear. I blew all in here. Make sure there was no leaves, no debris, nothing that could be clogging anything up. Everything looks fine. It still got wet. Now, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, Christmas Day. I'm hoping that's why I'm up so early out here today, hoping I can figure out how to fix this problem. Again, I found the guy in the video. He fixed his drain hose and it didn't fix the problem. He was still getting water in the floorboard. Brings me to my next question. He says that right up along in here, where the seal is, it can leak through there too. But I pulled it back and just kind of looking, and I don't see anything that could be causing the issue. And I don't want to mess with this too much and really make it leak. But again, this Jeep has never leaked. It's never leaked until the last couple of weeks when it rained 100%. And all this is sealed up nice. And I did notice this past Monday when I come home from work to check it, and it was soaking wet again. I did notice that it was wet right here. It was water running down here. It was all wet, this right here. All wet. So, I'm thinking maybe it is a seal not sealing the way it's supposed to. None of the other is wet. As you can see, I'm using it for storage because I gotta get a new drive shaft for it. First of the year, we'll do that. It's dry over on that floorboard, and the back is dry. So, this has got me baffled. This has had me worried for weeks. I didn't want to rust the floorboard out from being so wet. I've been trying to dry it up. See all these rags and towels? That's what I've been doing. I'll come out here, lay 2 or 3 of them down. Get up next morning, come out here, they'd be soaking wet. I'd change them out for fresh. And I do that, 2 or 3 times a day. It's finally starting to dry somewhat. It's still pretty wet. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to get the moisture out. People say humidifier, leave the windows down, but I can't really do that. I mean, all the time. I opened the sunroof this past Tuesday. It blew out all the drain holes on the sunroof, and they seem to be okay. And this has just got me so baffled. I don't get it. I mean, I've never had anything like this ever happen. Now, I will put it this way. My white truck, my white Expedition, like Frankie, up on the hill, he's been getting wet in the inside too. And, but this is on the passenger side. So I thought, well, maybe it's the cowl like on here, covered with leaves. So I blew it off. It rained. Still got wet in the floorboard, so I cleaned it up. And I said, well, maybe the door seals are bad. So I started looking, and yeah, the door seals are kind of chewed up, but the same over here. I mean, the door seals on the white one are chewed up about like this. You see, it's kind of eat up, and this one really don't have a seal, not this one. But on my white truck, it is kind of chewed up like this is. But again, my white truck didn't start leaking until a few months ago. So I went and bought a tarp, put it over the door, and now it doesn't get wet. So really, on my white truck out there, it was the door seal leaking. But Jeep's just got me baffled. I don't understand it. Like I said, I bought it in August of 2022, and here we are in December. I've had it almost a little over a year and a half. And we've had rain for days on end, and it's never leaked until this past couple of weeks, and so I'm really starting to think it is the door seal causing it to leak. But what have I done to this Jeep since I've had it? Brand new set of tires, brand new battery, $170. Brand new alternator down in there, brand new fan belt. The alternator and the fan belt was about $300 together. I've changed the oil every 5,000 miles with Mobil 1 full synthetic oil, 5W20. Runs like a Scalded Ape. As you can see here, it's got 220,000 miles on it almost. Doesn't burn a drop of oil. Now, yes, the one issue I've been having, it does get low on oil, but it doesn't burn oil. It leaks from the valve covers. And I haven't got to change those out yet because I just haven't had the time. Probably the absolute most difficult thing I've had to change on this truck, on this Jeep, and it really didn't even need it, but I didn't figure that out until after I changed the starter. I thought, when it broke down the last time, back in August, the drive shaft came out of the transfer case, out of the joint, CB joint, and left me stranded. So, had it towed home next day, and then when I got home, it wouldn't crank. So I thought the battery might be dead, because I did have to leave the flashers on all that night, keep people from hitting it. So I jumped the battery off, still wouldn't crank. Click, 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 click. That's all it would do. Damn, I know the starter can't be bad. And here's what it was. And like I said, I didn't find this out until after I changed the starter. The dumbass tow truck driver couldn't find the key, and I had it over on the passenger side, taped inside the wheel well on the passenger side. He couldn't find the damn key, and I told him where it was. What he did, he came over here to the shift linkage and manually took it out of gear by the shift linkage instead of going inside because he couldn't find the key. So the entire time, and I fought it for days, turned the key on. Let me show you what I was talking about. See, it tells you all the gears right here: park, reverse, neutral, and drive. And you see it's got a little box around it to show you, indicate what gear it's in. Why I didn't notice, I don't know. But the entire time it was over here in drive. That's why it wouldn't crank. Like I said, I fought this for about 2 weeks. I don't know why I didn't notice it. I just thought maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention, but it was in drive the entire time. So I went and spent $300 on a brand new starter for it. And that is the hardest thing I've ever had to change in my entire life. The drive shaft, when I took it out the first couple of times, wasn't so bad. This was a real pain in my ass. You had to take the tire off, pop the fender liner out, and you could see it. But had to take it, unbolt it from the bottom back there. And I watched several videos. Oh, you can get to it from here, get it in and out. No, you can't, because I fought it for an entire day. It took me an entire day just to get the starter out. So I changed the starter, bolted it back up, put the wires back on. The only thing I have not done, and I can't do it because I can't get there's no room to get the socket and ratchet in there. I have not tightened the ground cable all the way. It's on there, but it's not tight. I mean, I can still crank it and it run fine, but the ground cable's not tight. So before I put it back on the road, after I get the new drive shaft, I got to try to figure out how to get in there and get that ground cable tightened up on the starter. $300 starter, brand new. Didn't even need it, but I didn't know that at the time because I couldn't figure out what was going on with the shift linkage. And here's how I figured it out. Wasn't starter. Change the starter. Come home one day from work, messing with it. Still won't crank. My dad said, "Son, it's the shift linkage." I said, "No, it's not shift linkage. It's in part." He said, "Son, remember the tow truck driver probably knocked it out of gear from the bottom." I said, "I don't know why. When he obviously found the key, he got it out of gear. But like I said, he went under from the bottom and did it. Knocked it out of gear." So I went under there, put it back, pushed it back up into the part, checked it. And when I did that, when I cranked it, it fired right up. So I won't say I wasted $300 because that just doing it now just keeps me from doing it later on. So it wasn't really money wasted, it was money well spent. I do want to have the bumper replaced soon. I've tried to heat it up, pull it back out, hot water, nothing works. So for about $150 I can get a new bumper on it and get it painted. Replace the fog lights. I thought about replacing the headlights and tail lights, but it's just really a big hassle trying to adjust them and get them right, and I'm not going to bother with it. But yeah, I have never had an issue out of this Jeep. It runs and shifts like a dream, 220,000 miles. Yeah, I've had issues with the drive shaft. I'm going to put a brand new one in it, and I hope that fixes my problem, because I think something was wrong with the original drive shaft. I think I might have damaged it when I changed the CV joint the first time, because, let me show you this. So here's the original drive shaft. As you can see, it's a brand new CV joint. The drive shaft itself looks okay, but this is the problem I think caused me to have all these other problems with it. When I changed it the first time, I didn't know there was a clip in here. Let's see if I can see it. There is a clip. Yeah, you can see it right there on the very end. The big C clip. Kind of hard to see with all the grease, but it's there. When I took it off the first time, I tried to, I didn't know that clip was there, and that's what holds the CV joint on. So I took it right out there and I wedged it between two trees, and I beat the living hell out of it with a sledgehammer, trying to get it off. Then to go inside, watch a video, and they tell me there's a clip right there. So I find a set of pliers, take the clip off, joint comes off. So I think maybe I damaged the drive shaft, the splines on the drive shaft a little bit where the joint slides on by hitting it with a sledgehammer. I don't know, but I'm not messing with this one anymore. I'm going to go first of the year. I done found one, $300 on the Rock Auto, Quadra-Trac 2. That's what the four-wheel drive system's called on these Jeeps, Quadra-Trac 2. And I'm going to replace the drive shaft with a brand spanking new one. And I hope that fixes my problem, and to get this thing back on the road, because I haven't drove it in almost 6 months. But yeah, I am going to be changing the coolant and the thermostat soon too, once I get it back on the road. It's got the green coolant in it, and that's not what it takes. It takes the I believe it's the yellow hybrid organic acid technology, or HOTE coolant. So when I get it back on the road, I'm gonna get the right coolant, change the thermostat, and so that can be taken care of. What else? But I've changed the PCB valve. That wasn't too bad. But other than that, nothing major. I've never had to do anything major to this Jeep. And like I said, brand new tires. I do need to get me a spare wheel and tire for it. But you know, it does have TPMS. All the TPMS sensors work. When I had the brand new tires put on, I had all new sensors put in at $30 a piece. And that's something else that bugs me. People go out and buy these used cars and they talk about, oh, the TPMS don't work. Oh, I'll just get a tire pressure gauge instead of spending a fortune. It depends on where you go to have your TPMS replaced. They're not all gonna. It's not all that expensive. Like I said, had all mine replaced for about $30 a piece. So let's see, 30, 60, 90, 120. You know, that's not all that expensive. I mean, if you can't spend $120 to fix something on your vehicle, something that simple. I mean, it's not simple. You gotta know what you're doing, but you know, it's not all that much money. I mean, you're just a sorry piece of work if you don't want to spend that kind of money just to fix something simple like that. But yeah, I have no major complaints about this Jeep. I love it. I want to get it fixed. And yeah. But like I said, no major problems. I bought this cover thinking it would fix the issue I had with the leaking, but it didn't. But yeah, I got to get cleaned out, figure out where this water is coming in. I think it's the door, so get that fixed, and then order the drive shaft after the first of the year. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button so you never miss another one of my videos. And I hope y'all have a good Christmas and a good New Year. Thanks for watching. Bye.